where to start? I mean, we saw you guys, it was in November of last year. So obviously you guys have done festivals, you've done so much stuff. So, but it's only been a year, can it? Yeah. But rather than talking about what's happened, I want to talk about like what's coming up. I mean, for starters, I know you did the Railroad Revival. Obviously, that was a huge success. I hear that you're already talking about it for next year. Is that correct?
News to us.
News to you.
Yeah,
oh, really?
It is.
You might want to check out mumfordandsons.com because it says 2012.
What's that website again?
Mumfordandsons.com. It's a great website.
Yeah, people should check that out.
You have a book club there. Yeah, that kind of stopped around December, though.
Oh, come on. How do you know so much?
I'm busting you on that. No,
She's busting my balls.
I don't want to hack on you about that. No, I actually did want to talk about, I know you are obviously an avid reader. Steinbeck and Shakespeare were influential on you for the last album. Is there anything that you've read that you're like struck by anything right now, or?
I'm reading a lot of Asterix comics recently.
Yeah?
Yeah, it really gets the brain going.
Have you checked into Family Circus?
No.
That's a Garfield.
Actually, Winston's really good at encouraging me to read books. He likes books.
Tintin.
Tintin. I haven't checked this out.
Oh, they don't have Tintin here, do they?
I don't.
Tintin.
Yeah, you gotta.
It's a European thing.
You gotta school me about that. I don't know anything about that. Yeah. Okay, so seriously, what's happening with this next album? What's influential on this one? What's affecting you?
We're not being very helpful. It's still very early in the morning.
I know it's early for me too, and it's snowing outside. Everybody's out of sorts.
Yeah, well, we've been recording since the summer, and this is just a short sort of stopover in North America, just for like a week, which we're taking out. We played some shows in Canada, and kind of just passing through, and then back home to do some more recording, and then we're going to do a couple shows in December. We're just being careful not to play too many shows. We want to save some up for when the next album comes out, but also rationalize in our heads that we're not really like an album-based band. We're more like a gig-based band, so we just want to plan to play more gigs. So next year, the plan is to eventually get this album out, and then play some more gigs, and that's pretty much it. We're reading some books and listening to some music on the way, and having a nice time.
Well, what are you guys listening to? Have you heard anything recently that you really liked?
Yaz.
Now I know who that is.
Yeah.
Now you guys aren't pulling anything on me on that.
We've been listening to a lot of Doors.
Seriously, are you being real with me now?
Yeah, I'm being real with you. Doors, D-A-W.
I bought
they got their vinyl.
I got the record, right, and it's a 12-inch record, and you play it at 45 speed, and it sounds divine.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's some trick they did, and it's like the velocity of a needle on the record, and it's sonically divine.
I like the old school vinyl myself.
Me
there's
too.
something about that particular sound that I think is really appealing. And honestly, I think your music, would convert to that, because there's some bands that it doesn't get that full effect, but I think Mumford would definitely be one that would.
That's a nice thing to say.
Yeah, we consider that like a compliment.
No,
a compliment. Yeah. Have you heard the new Ryan Adams record?
No, that one I haven't.
It's
okay,
amazing. And the new Wilco record is awesome.
And I know you guys are recording, or you had done some recording in Nashville. Are you staying there, or you just did a few there?
We just did some writing now in February. we kind of met up and shared some songs, and played some music with some other people and some friends.
Okay.
We just had this band, the Apache Relay, on the road with us from
playing
Nashville.
tonight.
Yeah, and we played a gig with them in the
they're
basement.
Playing in Philly tonight, aren't they?
That's right.
At the Electric.
You guys should stick around.
There you go.
You
That's a
could
really
come to
good
the
idea.
show. It's where you guys played last time you were
I
here.
like that place. It's a good venue.
They're a very, very good band.
Well, I plan to see them. I haven't seen them live. Is there live?
They're
Because
really
there's
good
some
live.
bands
Great.
that you see live and you're like, whoa. And they're
They're
really
very-
impressive.
Yeah, one of
They're
those.
they're very vivacious.
Okay.
They have lots of life live, and they're very like big characters anyway. And then when they get on stage, paired with their great songwriting, it's really exciting.
Okay.
They're good guys.
So with this next album, does it potentially have a title?
No, despite
I was going to say, you guys are debating that, aren't you?
It doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't even have a working title yet. We're just taking it as it comes. It's going really well. We're really enjoying it. It's nice to be back in the studio and putting down, because we've been playing new songs live for quite a while now.
You did when you were here a year ago, and I thought, wow, I could tell then that you guys were obviously writing and
been cooking for a while. So it's really nice to get in the studio and actually hear them realized, on a recording.
And get them down. And
and it's been really fun. It's been a challenge in various ways, and it's been very different to the first process. I think we're just still realizing we're a very young band, very new band, and so we're still learning so much, and going into the studio for a second time is just so different to going into the studio for the first time. It's just, you kind of know your way around a little bit better, but we're trying to challenge ourselves more, but then also not like veer away from what we are at our core, which is just 4 pretty mediocre dudes playing music that we enjoy. So we're and that's been really fun, and we've been working with the same producer. So it's just coming when it's coming, and we're determined not to rush it, and not to.
So you don't want to put deadlines on it, and expectations.
And that's what's cool about the way we work, is that we get to, only put deadlines on ourselves. So of course we have our own senses of urgency to release it as soon as we can, but we're also sort of aware that it's worth taking our time on and getting right, and it won't be perfect in any way, but it'll be fun, and then we'll get to go and play more shows, which is really fun.
Excellent. Now, I heard you guys say that when you were in Nashville, you were working with some friends and just kind of playing with some different artists. I don't know. I mean, I realize when a lot of bands are on the road, they don't hear press on other artists or whatever. They don't know. Adele had actually said something about how much she loved your voice and loved the band and would love to do something with you guys. Have you even heard anything about that? Did anybody tell you?
We're huge fans of Adele.
Yeah.
We had, I guess, I had conversations before. We actually were gonna play something together, but it didn't quite work out at one point this year.
Oh, you were? Was it going to be a live show, or were you actually going to record something?
No, it was
just at a friend's party.
Yeah.
We were all together, and because we know her from a while ago, and we have lots of mutual friends, and we were at a friend's party, and we were going to play together, and then it didn't work out, and it was quite funny, actually.
We were really keen.
Well, maybe something to put in your back pocket. It might happen maybe down the future. So obviously it's not ruled out, right?
But there's no plan at all.
No plan, but it could.
I'm not ruling out playing one day with Blink-182.
Okay. Heard it here first.
Awesome.
Have we got enough time to talk about their new album?
I think you should talk about the new album. Tell me about it. Tell me, Winston.
Called Neighborhoods.
It's called Neighborhoods.
Yep. And it's very, very good. So a bit old, bit new, very fresh.
Okay.
Yeah.
How could it be old and fresh?
It's got like the old school stuff, and it still feels fresh. Didn't you say something about that the other day about folk music?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What was it that you said, Marcus?
It was some folk music is old and fresh.
Brilliant. See. And so,
we
come to the
Wendy.
conclusion that Blink-182 are folk.
They are a 3-piece, and they are very organic. They all, kind of
sing together.
They do
Very well.
They write stories about.
They've actually got a song called Ghosts, I think. We can't call it Ghosts.
We're not going to call it Ghosts. It's called Ghosts That We Knew. The song is actually, this is one of those only songs. We find it very difficult to name songs.
Do you guys want me to mediate right now?
And this is one of the only songs for which the name was like solid from the beginning, and it's called Ghosts That We Knew.
Ghosts.
Do you guys want to arm wrestle right now?
It's almost as good as Blink-182's Ghosts.
I think we're going to keep coming back to that. I have a feeling like the next time you sign something, you're going to write Travis Barker or whatever. But again, thank you so much for coming through here. We look forward to the next time you guys come through, which obviously the new album will be out by then. And even though you guys don't seem to be optimistic or know what title it is, or whether or not it was influenced by Blink-182, we look forward to it.
We know that it was.
Okay.
That's the one thing we do know.
I know that it was, but that's just me. Okay. Thanks so much for coming out. We appreciate it.